Now, the two-week ceasefire, of course, between Iran and the US really dominating the headlines in the press. Dipti is here to take us all through it. Dipti.
Well, Stuart, a day after that fragile ceasefire was signed between the US and Iran, Lebanon has, of course, faced intense bombardment from Israel, and that's dominating this Lebanese French language paper today, L'Orient Le Jour, which says rather bitterly here, the other countries sign while Lebanon bleeds. Al-Aqba, which is a Arab language Lebanese paper close to Hezbollah. This is their front page today. It notes that hundreds of people have died in Israel's 10-minute attack across Lebanon, which targeted hundreds of sites. Israel, which is backed by the US, has said that that Lebanon is not included in the ceasefire, while Al-Aqba, this paper here, accuses Israel of, quote, blowing up the ceasefire agreement. And you have also the Tehran Times, the Iranian daily, which hails 40 days of Iran's resistance, but notes that a fragile two-week ceasefire has been put in place. It accuses the US and Israel of violating that ceasefire just hours afterwards. Using this, the paper sort of justifies Iran's decision to close the Strait of Hormuz once more.
Let's have the reaction then from the other side, from the Israeli press here.
Well, the general feeling is that the ceasefire leaves Israel in a worse off position, or makes that Israel is not a winner from this ceasefire. This is Israel Hayom, which is a very right-wing daily, which says that the ceasefire will prevent Israel from obtaining its objectives. I quote, "There will be a heavy price to pay," it says. And this is from the other side of the political spectrum, the center-left editorial from Haaretz, which urges Israel's government of, quote, eternal darkness to give diplomacy a chance, if not for anything else but the fact that Benjamin Netanyahu needs to save face.
Dipti found lots of criticism levelled against Donald Trump. This is in the US opinion pages as well, isn't it?
Well, there's a really interesting article from The Atlantic stored here, which is entitled that Trump made a deal that gives him nothing he wanted. And it says that he went to war to ensure Iran would never acquire a nuclear bomb, but Tehran has come away with an arguably more powerful weapon of deterrence against future attacks. It's cheaper and has enormous sway on the world economy, and that is the Strait of Hormuz. So it's really critical about the strategy used by Donald Trump in this war. The New York Times, meanwhile, has an interesting article here in which it details how Donald Trump's once fervent MAGA supporters are now deserting him, or at least taking to Truth Social to criticize his war on Iran. And the Times has actually analyzed some 40,000 posts on the network. Now, it must be noted that the user base of Truth Social is about 6 million users. It's not very big, but it is significant because it allows his supporters to interact directly with him. And now they're using this, the Times says, to express their rather an array of negative emotions they have following Donald Trump's actions that, quote, heartbreak their anger. This user says, Mr. President, you are losing me as a supporter. Another user says, I voted for you 3 times. What on earth are you doing?
Now, finally, from Dipti, the French far-right leader, Jordan Bardella, of course, tipped by some to be France's next president, has been snapped alongside his new rumoured, anyway, girlfriend. Now, this is on the front of Paris Match magazine, but apparently not everyone in the party is that pleased about it.
Well, this is the front cover of Paris Match. This is the front page, rather, of Paris Match. Jordan Bardella is, well, the magazine at least, the Paris Match, has officialised Jordan Bardella's new relationship with a princess. Princess Maria Carolina of Bourbon, 2 Sicilies. She's an Italian socialite, the daughter of the Duke of Castor, Prince Carlo. Now, Bardella has, of course, long focused on his modest upbringing, growing up in social housing in Paris' Saint-Denis suburb. And this is why, for some, at least within the party, it could make some of his party members a little bit uneasy. Le Parisien, in this article, wonders whether his new relationship with an Italian princess is too bling-bling for the National Rally, a political party which says that it's close to the common man and common woman. Huffington Post, in any case, says that it also tells a larger story, if you like, that the carefully curated relationship is really being seen as a pre-electoral strategy just a year before presidential elections in France. Furthermore, his partner is very visible in international circles. This was a photo she posted on the platform X here at Donald Trump's residence in Mar-a-Lago, in presence of the US president himself.
We shall see if it lasts. One to watch as the presidential election here in France gathers pace this time next year. Dipti, thanks a lot.